All right, so like I said before in one of the posts earlier, I wanted to showcase the fact that I don't want people to think that I'm lying and I'm trying to just clickbait and draw more attention to the video. Because, like I said before, if I have the evidence to necessarily prove what it is that I'm stating, I'm going to present those facts directly to you. And the facts that you see above are 2 different days, right? One is on July 30th, and the one to the right is on August 2nd. Now, notice that in between those days, you pretty much have, looking at my calendar, you got about 2 days, right? In between. Altogether, it's 4 days, but you got 2 days in between the main days that are being presented above. So, the very first time that I posted the video that I marked it as, 18 plus, YouTube let me know. It was like, yo, after looking at the review, we automatically deem that content in this video is not for certain age groups, so we're going to make this an 18 plus video. Like I said before, I didn't ask them to review it. Already knew what it was. I wasn't going to debate it. It was completely fine. I was just going to allow people, right, who happened to roll past the video, to let them know, like, hey, this is 18 plus. YouTube deemed it and marked it so that's what I did. So in between those 2 days, right, YouTube decided to unmark that video because the date, I want to say the date that I made that post, YouTube went back and they took off the 18 plus off of that video. And I'm like, that's a little bit weird. I'm like, why would you automatically deem it as 18 plus and then you go back and take off the 18 plus, right? And I was like, okay, well, no matter, it's fine. Maybe they deemed it as, it wasn't really that serious considering all the other content that is directly up there on YouTube. So then we come to August 2nd, and earlier this morning, YouTube is like, hey, after reviewing your content pretty much for the second time, we found that, stuff directly in the content, doesn't really, suit well with younger audiences. So we're going to mark this as 18 plus. So let me get this straight. So you mean to tell me that when I first uploaded the video, y'all marked it as 18 plus? I have no debate. I have no problem with that. Kudos to you. So then after the video was up, and you can clearly see how I put the picture or the image up, I put it as, letting people know it's 18 plus, right? Because that's what YouTube told me. So then they decided to take off the 18 plus, right? And then after the video starts moving, right? Because I think at this point it might have had like maybe 1,000 views, which is technically it's low, right? Then they're like, oh, we're going to put the 18 plus back on here. I'm like, huh? I'm like, yo, what type of games are y'all playing out here? Like, this lets me know, and this is to also showcase to a lot of people out here, this is what content creators, this is just a little bit of what content creators have to deal with. This is why a lot of content creators don't either cover a lot of stories. This is why they don't put a lot of videos in their stories, or this is why they don't even go near those stories at all, because they don't want to deal with the headache and they don't want to deal with these types of things, because there's a lot of editing and a lot of decision making as a content creator that you have to make in order to push out your content. Because how, in a sense, restrictive YouTube is, if you cuss in your videos a certain number of times, it's automatically demonetized. And I'm talking about simple curse words. I'm not talking about anything extravagant. I'm talking about just very simple curse words. If you say it enough times, they'll be like, oh, you went past that magical number, we're going to automatically make this yellow. So you're going to be making half to little to nothing at all directly off of this video. So like I said before, this is why you don't have a lot of content creators doing a lot of stories and pushing out a lot of stories as well, because there's a lot of decision making that has to be made in order to determine if I put out this video, if it's going to be good or not. Let me go through this checklist to see if this video is good or not. And then you got to deal with YouTube deciding that they want to sit up there and play and just cut on stuff like, okay, this video is okay. Okay, this video is not okay. Well, we went back on this video and we decided that this video is not okay. Like, this is ridiculous. This is 100% ridiculous, because as a content creator, you can't go back and forth and decide to say like, okay, this video is great. Okay, this video is not great. Okay, this video is great. You can't do that on the same video, because they're not going to allow you to do it. Why? Because you're not paying yourself. YouTube's the one doing it. So this is why they have the power to basically play with videos directly on people's platforms, right? This is the funniest thing that I want people to actually pay attention to and to understand, because there's levels to YouTube, right? So when it deals with like rap and music videos, you can pretty much log in and you can, get quite an eyeful, right? When it deals with rap and music videos, right? That's like a tier one type of thing, right? You don't have to, in a sense, really be signed in unless the lyrics are way too vulgar and explicit, right? But then there's a whole other deep dive of YouTube, which a lot of people don't know about. And one of these things I didn't know about, somebody else actually informed me about, right? So after this video, this is what I want people to do after they watch this video. And this is up to, if you want to do this or not, right? While you're signed in, after you watch this video, I want you to search up naked yoga, and I want you to search up shaving a V. I'm just going to put it as that because I'm not trying to trigger anything. Look up those two terms. More than likely, you could probably find way more videos out there. But like I said before, I don't find, and I looked at some of those videos, I'm like, there is nothing educational about this video. I'm looking at a woman who decided that she wanted to basically shave her private area, and that's it. And it's just basically her talking. I'm like, you don't need a tutorial. You don't need a tutorial for this. Like, this is just a person that wanted to freely expose themselves while being paid for it on a public platform. That's all it is, right? But underneath the video, it'll sit up there and tell you that you need to be 18 plus. And the main thing that I'm trying to get people to understand is that even though it states that you need to be 18 plus, there's not really any type of rules or anything to go by. It's not like you have to have a YouTube account by putting your state ID up here. They're not going to do that because YouTube wouldn't even be YouTube. People will start leaving this platform the first day that something like that will be implemented. They would lose hundreds of millions of dollars from sponsors, through ads, and all that. They will lose hundreds of millions of dollars. So they would never implement anything like that. So which means that you can have a child deciding that, hey, well, I want to see what this content is. Let me sit up there and make a bogus or a Smurf account, and let me watch what it is that they're saying that I'm not supposed to watch. Anybody get what I'm saying? Anybody see what, like I said before, like this is completely 100% like nonsensical in a sense. It's like you allow full-fledged nudity to be up here, and you'll put it behind the whole thing of like 18 plus, even though you know that people can make a fake account just to bypass that. And then you want to turn around and then on a whole nother video that is dealing with an altercation, which, like I said before, I have no problem with. You want to decide to say that the video is not 18 plus, then the video is 18 plus, and like you want to go back and forth on that. For what reason? Like, it doesn't make any type of sense. Like it literally, it doesn't make any type of sense. And then on top of that, you decided to do it as soon as the video was starting to gain a little bit of traction. It was like, oh, that's as far as we're going to let this video go on views. Let's put that 18 plus right back on there. Hey, like I said before, hey, YouTube, y'all got to get together. Like I said, I try to work with y'all with the guidelines, try to stay directly within those parameters and try to fit within that. And then y'all do stuff like this. Like I said, it don't make sense. And this is not even talking about the other videos where they've decided to flag it and put, certain things directly on there for completely no reason at all, saying that, oh, this fits here, but yet when you look at the video, it doesn't fit specifically under what they marked. So, like I said, it's it's a whole game out here, man. It's a whole game. But it is what it is. It is what it is at the end of the day. And you just gotta deal with it and keep moving. But as I stated before, I just wanted to post this to keep people up on the things that take place and happen on this platform, and to basically make notes, right? So that I'm not going to have YouTube coming back here and saying like, yo man, you've been lying on us. Nah son, I got straight footage, I got evidence. So who's lying? But anyways, let me know what y'all feel about this in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.